If you were looking to join his crew, you could really bring a lot of heads to his side. I hear he'd be willing to give you whatever your favorite duty on board is.
Really? That'd be great.
So, what is your favorite duty on board?
I love taking the sandstone blocks and scrubbing the deck. You get to be out there in the fresh sea air and see everyone around you.
Is that an honest answer, or does this need a bluff?
Gotta call everything I say bluff.
Because obviously the one that you like is repairing the ship.
Yeah, because this is got to be a setup.
14.
Alright, so he looks at you kind of strangely and says, alright, that's good, that's good. What's your least favorite duty?
What duties have we had? We had repairing the ship. Ooh, my least favorite duty is running messages.
You can make another bluff check. So he just looks at you and shakes his head and says, well, this is all very interesting to know. Thanks for your time, Sarissa. Can I count on you to support Master Scourge?
You can count on me for anything.
Do you need to make another bluff check?
Nope, I am reasonably confident that Mahim can in fact count on me whenever he's actually willing to talk.
Okay. So he swaggers away and resumes his trademark scowling. And when you wake up the next morning, Captain Barnabas Harrigan has posted duty rosters signed by his first mate, Mr. Plug. And it now dictates what specific duties each person will have throughout the day. And Sarissa has been assigned to sandstoning. Sifrig has been assigned to the bilges. And Novardi has been assigned to the bilges. And you are all stuck on these duties until further notice.
Nice.
Oh, man. That's no good.
I think we've been making enemies, y'all.
The audience
Which
is
is
like,
nothing.
I see a setup.
Nothing but a good thing.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
anytime the guy who hates me the most on the entire ship comes up and calls me old buddy, old pal, yeah.
So, let's see here. Yep, you guys get assigned to the bilges. Who would like to go first?
Oh, sure I will.
He's a rigger and he's still assigned to the bilges?
Yep.
You really annoyed someone.
Yeah, and even a good rigger at that.
So when you head down to the bilges, Master Scourge is standing right beside the door. He's leaning against it with one foot up against the wall and his arms folded, smiling, eating an apple. And he just kicks the door open for you and gestures for you to enter.
Okay. No expression.
Okay. So if you're going first, you'll need a strength check and then a constitution check.
All right. Do this in.
This is going to be good times.
Con check?
No, it's
Strength-
a strength check and then a con check.
Con check.
It's a trap!
Not much doubt about that. Oh,
Right. You are fatigued at the end of your shift.
All right.
But you do the work you needed to do.
Yep.
Novardi, I suspect that you'll be next going by the normal pattern.
Yes, I will be working diligently.
Very well. Unfortunately, you are scheduled for a beating for failing in your duties as the level in the bilge water begins to rise. That reminds me, Sifrig, is there any daytime action you'd like to take?
I'm gonna do the same thing I usually do, just work diligently, but I can't affect anyone, so not from the bilges anyway.
Nope, not particularly. So, Sarissa, obviously you're doing sandstoning.
Yep.
So, let's see here. You are going to need to make a strength or constitution check
Okay.
as you begin mopping the deck and scrubbing them with the sandstone blocks. As you do, you see Mahim standing next to you most of the morning. He's shirking his duties to instead follow you around, occasionally chuckling. All right, you work hard and you get it done.
Okay. And I am going to spend my day influencing him.
Oh, okay. It's a good opportunity to influence him. He's standing right there.
You know, you have to admire the strong, silent type. You obviously are someone who has so many thoughts and so much going in your head. I mean, I'm such a flibberty gibbet. I just chatter on, but sometimes it just passes straight out my mouth without even going by my brain. Clearly, you must be a deep thinker.
I've never heard of a flibberty gibbet before.
It's a real word.
Okay, so Mahim kind of
It is
looks
actually a
thoughtful
real
at
word.
this. You can make your diplomacy check.
And I admire him for being so stolid, so
Terse,
focused on what he's
stoic,
doing.
hateful.
No, stoic has negative connotations. Um, I'm spinning this in the romance. Being quiet obviously means that you're secretly deeply passionate, but you're only willing to reveal yourself to the right woman when she appears before you. Sorry, Friday's game we actually started pulling out romance novels during the game and comparing them.
Oh
It was a
my.
very strange Pathfinder Society session.
That reminds me, someone sent me a message about chick flicks that I should watch for Girl Talk. And they
Yes.
said, watch the Twilight series. And I thought, I don't know if there's any Girl Talk
No.
during that. I think I'm being trolled.
Not really, but did you get Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants?
It is at the bottom of my YouTube list, so it's, or I'm sorry, at the bottom of my Netflix queue, so it's about 40 down. But by the time I get around to it, the game here should be over. But I mean the whole campaign. So, all right, you got a 26. You're going to move him 3. So unfriendly, indifferent. He is now friendly.
Wow.
He just nods his head and says, "I am very thoughtful and passionate," and walks away.
I sigh quietly so that he could hear me as he walks away.
Oh.
I feel like the sad music from Scrubs should be playing like dun 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 dun. Maybe a little heart appearing on the screen. Okay. We get to the evening. There is, of course, a scheduled beating. Are you prepared to take this one, Novardi?
Yep.
Okay, they strap
You gonna
you
do
to
it?
the post. They give you the stick of cinnamon. They hit you 5 times. On the last one, it bounces off the post. And it looks like Master Scourge is rearing back to take another one. And Sandara Quinn goes, "That counts! That counts!" And she starts reciting the pirate law. Do you actually
that's
have
gotta make
something
you
in your
mad.
mouth right now? That is awesome. I enjoy your commitment to this. Okay, you take 18 non-lethal damage.
Ouch.
Knocks me under.
They beat you savagely with the... Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? That should be D3. My apologies. Wow, I'm having so much trouble rolling right now. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, you only take 12 non-lethal damage.
And so I'm staggered. I'm exactly at 0.
Alright, you have a dozen new scars.
Yes.
Sandara
That's what
Quinn
I'm after.
throws down some healing for you. Most of your wounds recover, and you should get the rest of it, most of it, overnight.
Thank you again, Sandora.
She just nods quietly and says, "You've probably impressed everyone here with your willingness to take the beating this time. They won't be calling you a mopsy behind your back anymore."
I wasn't aware of that.
Oh yes, they have many words for you, books. She starts listing them. Many of them are euphemisms for someone who is either weak or cowardly.
Well,
She kind of grabs your arm and says, "You've gotten much stronger. I can see at night that you are practicing your katas. I've never seen that style of martial arts, but it looks very fierce."
I've been practicing day and night, and I am learning to be a
Alternates.
good sailor. Yes, all 2 nights. Well, I thought there was some dead time in between, but nope. Okay. I've been practicing day and night. I'm hoping to. My mind is already strong, but it's time to make my body even stronger.
Okay. So she laughs at that, and can you make a Actually, can everyone make a perception check real quick? Okay, good. Okay, so Sifrigan Books, as she starts laughing and grabbing his arm and hanging out with him, the two of you notice that Master Scourge is looking over at Novardi right now and frowning pretty intensely. And his
The
hand...
Master Scourge, who's supposed to be in the officer's cabin?
Yep. Well, he was up here to beat Novardi.
Mm.
And he looks like he's about to take another go with the whip. And then Narwhal grabs his hand and says, "Not like this. We'll take him down tomorrow morning." And Scourge nods and walks away.
Okay.
So what would you guys like to do?
I'd like to have a powwow with my 2 fellow crew members.
That
Yep.
sounds wise.
Yeah, obviously something's going to happen in the morning. We should figure out what we're going to do to be ready. And we also need to discuss how we're going to go about Sifrig's quote-unquote punishment for you guys. You need to look like it, but...
Everyone
fake
assumed that
something
the
or not.
punishment already happened.
Oh,
You know, you
I
said you were
didn't think
gonna
it'd been
do it.
that long.
A day has passed since then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everyone assumed that you did it last night.
All right, well, yep.
So, I think one idea would be to bundle up our cots to make it look like we're sleeping, and then wait in the shadows and surprise whomever is trying to ambush us.
Well, he said in the morning.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, you guys are both down in the bilges where no one can hear you scream.
Oh, yeah, take us on when
If
we're...
I was an evil mastermind planning on, taking out people who were annoying me.
You don't need to say the word if. I mean,
Yeah. When?
when.
Hey, right now I'm at the stealing ladies' underwear to frame someone. If I was the type of evil mastermind who would be wanting to physically beat people as their form of shaming them, that seems like it would be a good place to do so. Given that most of the crew is on our side now, and he might not want witnesses if he tried to do it in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, last time they jumped us, there were, people, and we all had to run. And
Yeah, seems like the Bilges would be a good place. So, is there anything we can do to try to get
well,
witnesses
one
down
thought,
there?
I don't know about witnesses, but perhaps taking advantage of our nighttime activities to stash some weapons and armor down there in case he, orders you guys to strip down to repair the bilges and doesn't let you carry weapons in.
Yeah, that'd be a darn good call.
Another option would be if I am not being sent to the bilges with you, we can stop by our dear beloved shopkeeper and buy a couple healing potions and stash those.
Yeah. Yeah, good call. Well, I've got, I know I have some money I'd be willing to invest in a potion to make sure.
I have 240 gold, and I'm willing to cover people.
Well, I have 150 and I haven't bought anything yet, so.
So I'm confused. Are we going to be like reporting for duty early at the bilges the next morning so we can lure whomever wants to ambush us there? Or
Yeah.
is that the
Well, I think-
general idea? Or
I think just preparing the Bilges, but yeah, I think getting down there early and surprising them, catching them off guard would be a good call too.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on, were they planning on you early, or were they going to have you start work in the bilges and then come in behind you, kind of
Right.
ambush.
Right.
But that way you've got options.
well, as I recall, when we were jumped last time, it was before we actually reported for duty for the day. And these humans don't seem to be very smart. I assume they're going to try the same tactic.
Well, but it also didn't work last time, and they specifically said on deck that they didn't want the witnesses.
And also last time, Plug and Scourge sent flunkies to jump you in the crew quarters because they had to be on deck calling everyone for the morning meal, whatnot. And that was why we all had to, stop the fight and drag the unconscious people up there, because you were going to get beaten if you were late. So depending on how much Scourge or Plug wants the captain to know that they're going around beating people for hitting on their girls versus having an actual crew misbehavior reason for beating, they might want to be hiding that.
Yeah.
Or I could just be overthinking this whole thing. That is always an option.
I'm just wondering if we actually should sleep in our normal bunks.
Well, I sleep in armor. I don't know about the rest of you. But, I mean, the other question is, would someone else be willing to change bunks with you? Who could you...
Well,
who would you
else?
feel comfortable about asking, hey, would you mind sitting in an ambush for me?
Sure,
Yeah.
I know of
a
somebody.
Weird on my side of the ship. Would you trade hammocks?
I know someone very well that would do that. Kirill.
No interest.
Nice try, though.
I'm pretty sure that they would be going after Kill
Yeah,
anyway.
I think if their intent was to avoid making a scene in front of the rest of the crew, they wouldn't do it right in the middle of the open quarters where everybody's sleeping too.
Let me just cut in here
You
real
know?
quick. I want to ask the audience what they think about all of this. What do they think's going to happen? Do they agree with the conclusions this crew has drawn about what's going down? Not to jump in here. You guys should still be talking about this, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm just what I'm
Um,
picturing is the whole like Full Metal Jacket. We're getting gagged and beaten in our bunk. That's what I'm imagining.
yeah, but
That's
look at the
also a
difference.
possibility. I'm just saying I see multiple options. Let's try and cover as many as we can.
Yeah, but if you look at the difference between the crew attitudes the first time and the crew attitudes now, there's more people on our side than there are on theirs. And then almost everybody was on their side, so they didn't care who saw. So I think it's going to be. I think they're going to have to be more discreet. I don't think they have any option at this point. So we could just hedge our bets in all directions. We could sleep like somewhere out of the way, just not sleep in our bunks, just move somewhere out of the way, and then get up early, the stuff tonight downstairs in the brig where we have access to it, and do all of it, cover all our bases.
Well, regardless, I think we should wake up like 2 hours earlier than usual.
If you guys do, you're all going to be fatigued.
I mean, a little early, yeah, but I don't know that I want to do enough that we're not going to be able to do our duties tomorrow, because then we will get a beating.
Yeah.
So I've not heard this term before, but I'm guessing it's probably a prison term. Someone has said Novardi is going to get soaped.
Soap, SOAP?
ED, yes.
Yeah.
I should probably watch Orange is the New Black, but after the first episode, I was like, this show is extreme, man.
AP, that's something that you'd have to ask Arita to explain what two
I
men
see.
do in the shower.
Ah,
Ever heard of soap on a rope?
oh yes.
That's so you don't drop it.
Don't quite think that that's what's going to happen here.
No. In the military, there's a tradition of barracks snitches. Drop a bar of soap in a long, narrow sock.
Beat them.
Yep. And you
marks.
beat the snot out of them with a bar of soap. It makes a really good improvised weapon.
As you know, snitches get stitches.
And I've actually seen it done.
So, it sounds like you guys have a plan to deal with the next morning.
Yeah.
I'm going to risk being fatigued and wake up a couple hours earlier. Maybe I'll ask around for the fellow bunkmates to see if they have any Yukon Power 5-hour energy drink. If not, I'll just take the fatigue and hide away.
Yeah.
The company that makes Yukon Power energy drink by Wizards for Wizards was shut down by some meddling noble interfere, his Inquisitor flunky, in an entirely another campaign that you would know about since you were the one who did it.
Something else we haven't thought about too is we could also try to talk to some of our friends about witnesses. Just shut the whole thing down by making sure there's people there.
Oh, that's a good. That's a really good thought.
We've got enough people that are friendly now that we should be able to have someone lingering, passing through something for most of the early part of the morning to make sure that there's always witnesses there. Make it hard on them. That keeps us from having to kill somebody.
Well, I mean, you two are down in the bilges. I'm up on deck, so there will presumably always be a silent, deep thinker near me, watching me, not at all creepily.
Yeah, I think you don't have as much problem as we do, because you're gonna be in sight somewhere. So you want to try to see if we do that. Get some of your your hangers on, some of your minions to kind of help keep an eye out on them? Or at least warn
So
us.
I'm thinking one person takes the gold and buys healing potions from what's her name.
Okay.
A second person goes and stashes some weapons and whatnot down in the bilges, and I'll go chat people up.
Okay. That'll work.
And I will put Project Pervert on hold for the day.
All right.
So I got a suggestion from the audience that I think I'm going to go with. To count this, rather than just say you're going to be fatigued, you guys can actually make the additional nighttime checks.
Okay.
And we'll just count the early morning as the night. So if someone wants to go try to buy from the quartermaster, they'll need to make their con check. And if you want to sneak into the villages and plant weapons, make a con check. And the other checks needed, of course.
So we don't get our regular one nighttime activity?
I thought you guys had already taken them, right? Or have you not done that yet?
No.
No, we haven't done nighttime at
Well,
all.
then you certainly could do them now. That's right. All
Yeah,
we had was
'cause-
Novardi getting beaten.
Right.
Yeah, that
So-
is your nighttime activity, was being beaten. So you would
Stealth
have
or
to
buying, Novardi? Stealth or buying, Novardi?
I mean, I'm decent at both, but not great. So I can go buy, and you can go steal.
Okay.
And so we're buying 3 cure lights.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. You will
All
need
right.
to make your con check, Novardi, to see if you have the energy to get through the night without fatiguing yourself.
That is not a con check. Is not a fort save. It's just
It
a
is
pure.
not just pure con.
I'm having troubles rolling for. Let's try this manually.
All right, you're going to be fatigued. Now you
All
need
right.
to make a let's see, a sneak check. You will need to make a stealth check to avoid. Oh right, nope, you're not the one doing that. So they do definitely have those potions available if you would like to pay.
I'm gonna pay for yep for 3 cure lights.
The quartermaster, Cutthroat Grog, says, "Ah, listen here. I'm real afraid to ask this, Navardi, but I heard some stuff tonight. I'm gonna need you to pay your full loan back to the ship. Now, 150 gold pieces."
Well, I will need a 1-week extension on that repayment.
I gotta tell you, mate, I don't think you have 1 week. Blah,
Any-
she throws
I knew it was coming. So they're not just planning on starting something; they're planning on killing us.
What did you hear exactly?
That's what I can share with you. Listen, the captain just said I need you to pay up, okay?
Ooh, the captain.
Captain said.
Hmm.
The thought plickens.
All right. So seriously, did you lend me money for the cure light wounds?
Sure.
So I will pay back my loan minus 1 gold piece because I spent that gambling, and just say, if you want me to pay it all back, I can pay you back everything minus the 1 gold piece. And I'll try to get that to you tomorrow.
Pay her the 1 gold piece out of what I gave you.
Okay. And then I will buy 3 potions of cure light wounds.
Okay. She doles them out and says, "It's not gonna help you, mate. It's not gonna help you." She hands you a dagger over the counter. On the house.
Thank you. You've been most kind.
It's good to know you. She leans over to the quartermasters and gives you a huge, man-crushing hug with her enormous half-orc bear arms.
Is there any officer that is not condoning this action?
What action? I don't know anything what you're talking about.
Of course
You know.
not.
She puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "It's nice knowing you. Now get out of my shop."
Very well. I'll be back tomorrow. I hope to see you in good spirits. And turn away.
Very cool. I'm always in good spirits.
Wow. This is worse than we thought, y'all.
So
This isn't just a good beating.
I relay that information to everybody and agree with Sifri that they're going to try to take us out. I'm going to show them the dagger that the quartermaster let me. She obviously means that we'll be fighting for our life.
Yep. Sounds like.
So, Sifrig, what are you doing?
All right. Well, we said we were going to stash some extra weapons and armor, but I don't know that we have extra weapons and armor. And now that we know that this is deadly serious, I don't know if I want to leave mine.
I have 5 spears.
Okay. Okay, I will take my shield and the spears down there, and let me check this. Make sure this has been updated. Good gosh, this is slow. Okay, and here goes nothing. Oh, distraction. Can I get some assistance in the form of a distraction to help me?
If
Just in
Sarissa
case.
wants to do that.
I'll be happy to take 2 actions to help you do something else.
Can I... Well, I'm already going to be fatigued tomorrow, so I'm really trying to avoid doing 2 actions or I will be
Okay. Well,
exhausted.
no, that's all right.
Can
Don't worry about it.
Can I combine my talking to people with creating a distraction as I do a whole hullabaloo of, oh my god, they're gonna kill us, what do we do? Has this happened before?
Sure.
And try and drag... Okay,
As many people as you can, yeah.
yeah. What do you
right.
want me to roll for that?
Diplomacy.
Okay.
So you should know up front that basically no one wants to talk to you about this subject. They're, even people who are helpful towards you are basically avoiding you.
Yeah, that's not really a surprise. 28.
Okay, you make a successful distraction. You talk with a couple people, and you learn that Master Scourge let it slip to some various fellows that Mr. Plug was spreading rumors on the captain's behalf. Like he was saying things the captain wasn't saying to other people, and that he's going to enjoy having Novardi stabbed to death tomorrow morning.
Okay, I asked them, do they think the captain would mind if Novardi continues to be alive past tomorrow morning? Will the captain even know what's going on?
The captain will not know what's going on. You would know that out hand, like he doesn't even know who you people are.
Alright. Well, I do know that he had Siegfried beaten for talking to him, but other than that...
I think that was Kirill, right? Kirill said thank
Kirill,
you.
yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean he knew who he was. It was kind of a
Yeah.
casual beating, like, oh, thank you. Plap, plap, plap.
Okay.
Alright,
All right, so hopefully the distraction will help out. 12 for a stealth check.
Nope.
I ask...
You get caught sneaking below decks. And they send you back upstairs to drink your rum.
Oh, I thought we didn't have to do our rum tonight.
But you got caught sneaking below decks.
Oh, so I'm drinking anyway. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Well, we didn't have to do our rum yesterday because of the boarding thing.
That's correct.
I don't remember him saying anything about rum today.
You don't need your rum tonight either. You've not been offered rum.
Okay.
Ew, saving rum for the people who will still be alive.
And it is considered poison, right?
Yep. Fort save.
Okay, so I get a +9 since it's poison.
So just don't roll one.
So
Easily done.
all right. I guess I'll do a second action. Try it again.
You take 3 con damage from the rum.
Okay.
The audience has noted that everyone has written Novardi off.
No. But so if
on.
Plug's the one going around spreading rumors, it sounds like we could beat him unconscious or beat him badly enough to reach a compromise and
Oh, you've got to be kidding me, man.
Okay.
All right.
At this point, they basically like throw you into your bunk for the night.
Yep. Okay.
They're like, I don't know what you're doing running around the ship, but you're going to places you don't belong.
Okay. I think my dice hate me.
You succeeded on your fatigue check, by the way, so you will not be fatigued. Oh, I thought it was a 12, but it's a 14. You will be fatigued the next day.
Wow.
Yep, you won't be able to rage.
Alright, well you two divvy up the potions between you.
Of all the fights to be starting with down a
good.
con and
No.
fatigued.
Not
Yep.
good.
Yeah, not a good fight to be starting out down a con and fatigued.
Not to keep the audience in suspense or anything, but this is the perfect time to take our 5-minute break and come back right at 10 p.m. Cliffhanger! What's going to happen in
Cliffhanger,
Novardi? We'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. In the meantime, if you have not followed, liked, or subscribed, please do so now. We produce so much excellent stuff, and we are here to help entertain you. We will be back in 5 minutes, and we are going to get it done.